All right.
Hey, Melissa. Okay.
We're good.
Hey, Melissa.
Hey, Amy.
So we had to do the intro twice, y'all. Sorry about that. So today we have some more very special guests, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves and tell y'all what they do.
Hi, I'm Katherine Marcus. We are Cody Reading. I'm a reading specialist, and this is our company, Cody Reading.
Yeah, and I'm Michael Marcus. We were talking before. We might call ourselves the decodability duo, if you would allow us. So husband and wife. I come from the tech world, so I spent close to 15 years building a software company in marketing technology. And yeah, I got to spend a lot of time with my wife, teaching, tutoring. We talk about Orton Gillingham, we talk about Wilson. I'm learning all the fancy acronyms, and I got hooked. So I'm in the middle of a bit of a career change and trying to dive headfirst into this awesome world of reading literacy.
Are you in training?
In training.
Are you training like in the dyslexia world to become a dyslexia instructor? Like your wife?
I know my strengths and weaknesses. This is why we have duos.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's the specialist, right? I'm gonna do the technology and help bring it to more people.
I get you. The husband over there, he's heard me do this for 30 or so years, and he can do it right along with me. We're touching the alphabet. We're touching and naming.
Yes.
So get trained. That's what I'm hearing.
So what is the technology that you're doing? Like, what are y'all doing?
So just move this over. So as a reading specialist, I ended up doing my Orton Gillingham certification through the Academy of Orton Gillingham, and through my practicum, I was making decodable text for my students. And so it was really challenging for me, and it took a lot of time to figure out what phonics patterns to include in those stories, because every kid has different phonics pattern knowledge.
Yeah.
So I can only include the phonics patterns that they knew in those stories, so I can only pick certain words.
Right.
So these stories were pretty basic, and they were really hard to think of what words to put in there. So I was thinking, could we use technology in some way to make this process easier for me, as well as make the stories more interesting for these students, because we really want them to learn to love reading. If they can learn to love reading, they can basically do anything. You can teach them anything, because you need that buy-in to get them to really absorb what you're teaching. So I was talking to Michael, and he knows more about technology than I do. So he was talking about what AI could possibly do for us. And so we looked into AI, and we started fiddling around with it to try to create something that was more interesting, that the students would read, something that pertained to their specific interests. So if they like sports or arts and crafts or whatever they like, we could make a story that would be about that topic, and something that they can completely read on their own. So it's completely decodable for that student. And then we also were thinking about putting images in so that they can see themselves in these stories, and they can see their name in the story and their friends in the story, just to get that complete buy-in of having them love reading. And as I keep teaching them, we would include more phonics patterns, and they can just really grow their reading knowledge and just become the best readers possible. So that was the goal for us.
That's genius. That's really smart.
Yeah.
That's really smart.
I think it's also becoming a bit of a hot topic. I'm drinking from the fire hose. I need to learn about this world really fast, and in the last couple months I've been just like living in Facebook groups and just seeing what are people talking about, what resources are people referencing, and it's interesting to see just in the last couple months how many references there are from parents and teachers saying, how can I create decodable text? And a lot of people are saying, oh, just chat GPT it. But that doesn't work. It doesn't work. It'll do funny things.
It will.
And especially if you're, a specialist, you want it to follow a scope and sequence.
Right.
You want it to really be individualized, and it doesn't know what silent E means. And so you can't get as specific as I think a lot of instructors need it to be. So how do you marry technology with a specialist and give them superpowers? That was kind of like the thought. And she started using it. She starts giving it to her friends. One thing leads to the next. And you have a business on your hands and a career change.
That's amazing.
I like that you use the word scope and sequence.
I'm telling you, I'm studying. I'm doing my homework.
Teacher.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. So I've actually tried to use Chat GPT. I keep saying the wrong acronym. I think I got it right this time.
Yeah.
For writing decodable stories. And you can't explain to Chat GPT when you get especially into those higher level concepts. Just because I've introduced A saying this sound, it doesn't mean you can now pull in A in an open syllable for reading. And so that's one of the challenges I found when I did that. Plus putting in irregular words that I think they should know at that point.
Well, and I think that's the tricky thing about all of the patterns. I mean, especially when you think about a dyslexic student struggling so much with vowels, and then A's got so many different vowel sounds, you don't really think about that as when you're looking for a decodable reader unless you have that training and that knowledge behind it. So this is really a great thing for classroom teachers that maybe don't have that science of learning training yet. Hopefully they'll get it soon. But I could see it applying to a lot of different areas. And parents always want things that they could do with their kids at home. So you could send it home with your student who you're working with. Like I'm in private practice, so I could just send it home with them. This is going to work. You guys work on that.
Yes, and that's actually basically the goal for us is to have them read it independently. So we would like the teachers or the tutors to be able to send it home because they should be able to read all the words. I mean, we're in the 90% accuracy range right now that these kids can basically read all of them on their own, which is wonderful. So that gives them that confidence of you can do this. You can read these words. You don't need me next to you helping you out. You can do this on your own. You go home and you can just keep reading and build up different books. You can make as many books as you want because it's all digitally. So you can save your books on the platform and they can access it and just read them at home and keep practicing.
I love that. So how do people find out like how to match their story to their interest level?
Yeah, so the platform is pretty simple. Step one, if I'm an instructor, if I'm a tutor, I'm a teacher, I put the student's data in the platform. So we use Cooper all the time. That was the first. Actually, he was the second. Kay and Cooper were the first two to ever have books built for them. So you build out the profile. What patterns do they know? Which patterns do they not know? Which patterns are they focusing on right now? And then within the program, you can specify any story topic. So I can type in Coop plays basketball and learns how to win with humility, right? So I type in that topic, and then the program auto-generates a story at any length that you choose. And so I don't really have to think once I have the student's data in there, and I can just focus on what is he going to enjoy reading, and let's tailor the topic to that. Or maybe we're going to the beach and he's a little scared of the ocean water and I want him to go in. We're hearing a lot about social stories within the autism community as well. And so how can we use this to familiarize someone with a situation they're about to go into? So it's starting to serve a lot of different purposes, but
you know, and I'm thinking, you know, in our dyslexia therapy world, there's a certain point where you go into connected text where they're still reading things that are slightly at their decoding level, but maybe throwing in some concepts that they have to start to try to tackle without some of that. And you could definitely use that for some of that connected text or reading books piece that the kids have to do. I think it's really interesting. Well, one, I wanted to ask, so y'all have like, what is that, a chameleon?
Oh, yes.
It's a chameleon, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You got it.
Cody the chameleon.
Okay. I was going to ask about the emblem. Okay, that was the other thing. And my husband uses AI in the podcast from time to time.
Yes.
So it freaks me out a little bit because when we have to do transitions and maybe Melissa nor I are available. And so he'll grab his Amy AI and say, and we'll be right back after whatever. I don't know what he said. But you can tell.
She sounds different.
I do.
It sounds kind of weird.
It's the intonation, like to the point that our adult children are like, Dad, stop doing that. That's really weird.
You're like, now we will return to the show.
No, not at all. Not at all. Like that. Suddenly I'm in front of another country. Very weird. But so very interesting. So how can people find you if they want to like investigate further or use it with their students?
Really simple. So we're in the early stages, and one of the benefits to that is we're just trying to learn. We want as many people in the platform using it, so it's free through the rest of the year.
Oh, wow.
And I think for teachers, just learning how to use technology, let's just make the the barriers to entry as low as possible. So it's free, codyreading.com, pretty simple. Sign up through a form. If you want, you can train yourself through a video. If you want, we'll get on a call with you. We want to meet as many teachers and tutors as we can. So that's a good place to start.
Okay,
Yay,
that's
this is
amazing. This
exciting.
sounds great.
I love it.
Really excited for y'all, and it's such a great idea. So many people are afraid of AI, and they hear AI, anything AI generated, and they picture like the person drawn with 15 fingers on one hand, you know, that type of thing. But this is AI for good. This is a good reason to use AI, so I love it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, y'all.
Thanks for doing this podcast. I feel like the
So
space
you
needs
guys
it.
are the decodability duo. I think decodable duo might
Let's
roll
trademark
off.
it. All right. Decodable duo. Yeah.
Decodable duo with the dyslexia duo.
All right, there you go.
Signing off.
All right.
Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.